Shouldn't it count for something? And voila, look at that surprising circle. Well, it's not quite a circle. Hello everyone, the Ranks is here, and welcome back to No Man's Sky. That's right, we're starting out right in front of our creation here. We've been working very hard on it. Let's go ahead and get a shot from a distance here so we can see how I've expanded the design we made in the last episode. So instead of having the lights run around in one direction, I've got them kind of splitting at the seams. Oh, with a little kind of a circle, more like an ellipse. Sure, we'll call it an ellipse. And then we've got, little runners at the bottom and the top. I'm not sold on those yet, but they're there for how it looks in the distance. And what we need is for our bridge to kind of pull back. So let's grab the pilgrim, do our very best not to fall to our doom, and get a little bit of perspective on this thing. And see how it's coming along. Yeah, I'm not sold on the top and bottom, but it just looked so stark with just the lines across the horizon. It didn't... ho hum, ho hum. It might need more, it might need less. I'm not sure. I reserve the right to change my mind. But this is where we're at currently. And no, I'm not going to take a picture of this. That would be too much of a spoiler for the thumbnail, but we are going to just fast forward the time so we can take a look at how it looks at night. Although you don't get to watch it in motion. It looks relatively cool. I'm fairly pleased with it. So much so that I thought at this point we would go ahead and start to work on the inside. Now, one of the things I really want to do is I've decided the bridge is not going to touch the Atlas Shrine. It's not really even going to come all that close to it. So what I want to do is actually remove a good bit of the bridge leading up to it. I'm not really sure how I want this section to be. I sort of want it to be roundish. And there's a fairly neat trick for making it roundish. Let's back it up a little bit and we'll talk about where we want to go. Okay, hold on. Because the big thing is our short-range teleporter needs to be able to reach to a compartment internal to it, as it's going to have several internal chambers that you're going to have to navigate. And so okay, but I want this to be like a observation point. So the landing pads will be on either side with a few creature comforts, and then it'll sort of just be like you walk up, you admire the shrine. See, this is what I want here. Is I want when you're standing here to be able to look over the edge and see the whole thing in all its glory. So we have to be at least backed up to this point. So the surest way to get something round is to start playing with interactions with the triangles and squares in combination. If this is something that you're not familiar with, I did this a lot in our Conan series. I don't know how this is going to work because, as you can see, the trouble ends up becoming that there's just not a lot of... I feel like we placed a random triangle somewhere. Okay, I know we placed a random triangle somewhere. Yeah, ha 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 ha! I saw it. I heard the click. I felt it in my bones. The Shrine of the Atlas had been compromised. Please let me delete it from here. Oh, almost. Yes. Victory. Okay. So the problem is the triangles don't quite reach as well as the panels. I think that's close enough that we can yeah, we can cross it. But we're going to have to start eroding some of these away. So the trick is that you do squares and triangles in alternation, right? And at some point, this is what you end up with. So if you want to build the circle from the center, what you do is you put six triangles together, right? And then you start alternating. So you put a square where every triangle is, and a triangle where every square is. And the result is surprisingly circular. Again, this is how we made our tower, inspired out of the Lord of the Rings in the Conan series many, many, many moons ago. And so you just go, if it's a square, you put triangles on it. If it's triangles, you put squares on it as you go outward. And delete those. Will they snap together? Probably not. Does that mean we'll have to rethink our bridge? Probably so. But ultimately, in the end, I would rather rethink my bridge than be stuck with something less than what I want, because I know what I want. So how that works. So every triangle needs a square on the other side of it. Every square needs a series of triangles on the other side of it. And I don't know yet if we're going to keep this whole thing. We're just going to see how it looks. I understand we're using up pieces, but we also trimmed our bridge back. So doesn't that count for something? Shouldn't it count for something? And voila! Look at that surprising circle. Well, it's not quite a circle, but here's the thing: is the more you carry this design outward, like the more you march it out and you follow the pattern of triangles where there's squares and squares where there are triangles, this will begin to look more and more and more circular as time goes on. So if what you're going for is a circle, well then you will have done it. Now I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll start putting up some small walls here. Because they just look gosh darn professional, don't they? I mean, here we are with this little round platform just kind of hanging out in space, and if we walk up to the edge, lo and behold, we get the full image. The full image. Now, do I need this whole circle? I feel like it's a bit much. I mean, if I'm just going to be honest here, what all are we going to put out on this circle? What are we going to fill this space with? It's just like an observation deck, right? We could make it smaller. But, oh wait, yes. Look at that. That's what it looks like. Hold on. We need to grab the Nightmare in Space and do a flyby now that it's nighttime. I have not given it a proper flyby since I wired up the lights. I literally just wired up the lights with how we had worked out in the last episode and then immediately switched to recording so that no progress was made or discovered more than we already had done. Look at that. Top and bottom. Yeah. Top and bottom feels important. I'm not going to lie or front or anything like that. I was lukewarm on the top and bottom, but it feels necessary, really. I reserve the right, ultimately, to change my mind. Let's go ahead and land the Nightmare in Space right over here. Now, what sort of landing pad setup will be over here? Yeah, I'm not sure. Will we keep the, center for milking animals? I don't know, probably. There's really not a lot of infrastructure required for this setup. But do I need this large circular observatory? No, not really. So if we're going to trim it down to save pieces, which we need to start doing that, there comes a limit where we need to start conserving pieces. What is it that we want to keep? I'm willing to entertain sort of a scaled back piece. Something akin to that. Oh, that's a neat shape, isn't it? Now, if we do that, we could most likely... Oh! What? That was so bizarre. Okay, if we do that, we can most likely just erode this entire bridge here. Erode, deconstruct, it's it's erosion, it's forces of nature, slowly tearing it down. But then we can afford to likely barrier this whole thing, and instead of it being like a highway, it's effectively a walkway. That's ultimately where we want to be. It's a bit of a walk, but it's one of those things. You're walking up and you're like, wow, you're just impressed. I don't know. I hope. The goal, let's rephrase. The goal is to go for impressed. We'll aim for we'll aim for cool. No, we'll aim for impressed, and hopefully if we miss impressed, we land on cool. So as we walk this section back here, like this, don't think we really need to go that far back, because guess what? Chicken butt. No, not that. But instead, some stairs? Like this. Okay, now, do we put little railing all the way down? Maybe. That's a thing that can be done later. So, at this juncture, what we need are maybe some lights. Lights. Foliage. Oh, foliage. Do we have trees that resemble the local flora? That's the question. Nope. This one is pretty darn close. So let's scale it. And let's just take a peek. Yeah, actually, that's pretty darn close to local flora. Pretty darn close indeed. Now, can we just... Do I want the trees up here? I just don't know. I'm not certain. I'm not certain at all. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to feature teleporter and teleporter. That's what we're going to do. Because, let's see, this teleporter will take you inside, and this teleporter will take you back over to the center over there. We're going to have a few of them. Right, that one can stay gray. All right, power, please. Power. Oh my goodness, we don't have a we don't have a power cord intersection. What? Oh yeah, we stretched this really, really long power wire over there. Let's bring you back over this way, shall we? Boop. How fun is that? Alright, power. Now I think we need some lights out here. Although, would that diminish the magnificence of it? Would it? I feel like that... I'll tell you what, I'm going to take this picture for us. But it's not going to be our thumbnail. No. We've got to save the most impressive image for when it's complete. Otherwise, yeah. It'll have more of an impact that way. Alright, let's look at some lights. I'd normally go with this really large one. Oh, that's right. These lights don't require power. How fun is that? Let's go here. It's kind of subtle lighting, isn't it? Here, let's turn off our thing. It's still fairly fun. Let's see, what other lights don't require... What other lights don't require a power connection? Because what we could do is we could just sort of put these in the center here, like this. Skip every other block. Let's do a few. I'm counting pieces. Believe me, I am. You know, it's the only thing worse than counting calories. I'm counting base pieces. Oh, look at that. They, like, lock right into the stairs. That's fun. Oh, do we want to... Hey, watch it now. Don't you make me fire shots at you. I'll do it. It would be cooler if we could make them straight and visible. I think there are ways to do that. What I don't know if there's... Is this? Huh. That seems like a light that also does not require power. So if I... It's not much of a light, though, is it? We've got these colored lights. That's going to be more... That's going to be more power cords. Oh, it says, okay. It has a power requirement on it, or if it doesn't, then it doesn't require a power, right? Because... No, this says one power. So if I just put this thing here, it's not lit up, and there's nowhere to light it up. Okay, fair enough. So those lights might actually just have to be docked inside of something. So I think then our only choice is to go with these lights here, which I can work with that. I'm okay with that. Right? So we go like this, maybe one in the middle here, and then what? We went over to this intersection here like this, like that. I can live with this. I can. It's subtle lighting. It doesn't steal from anything. Yeah, Okay, so here's what we have to do then. We have to fly ourselves over here and actually give ourselves a way to teleport inside of here so we can start to seal this up. Pay no attention down there. We're actually working on some music. Little known facts. Maybe if you're in the Discord, you know this already. Otherwise, you might not know. I actually know a little bit about music. We can't close that in yet. Although I don't know why one of these is going when it shouldn't be. Is it? Yeah, it's this one. Stop. Thank you. We'll get into that. That's its own episode, and we'll get into that all in due time. Okay, so I haven't yet decided how the internal section of this is going to be. I know that we're going to start to open it up. This temporary floor has got to go. I'm not going to do... Okay, so we've done sort of the observatory on one side. I'm not going to do the observatory on the other, but there is going to be another observatory on this side. I'm not going to do it because I just showed my methodology. And again, I'm not trying to duplicate all my work on the video, but rather just show everyone where I'm coming from and how I got there. And then I will do the repetitive part of it off camera. So the real question becomes, what do we do here? Oh, no! No, no! Let's go ahead and get underneath this flooring section and make sure we've painted all of this. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We will replace this ceiling panel, like that. And then this just needs to be enclosed. This isn't even a... There's nothing that's going to be visible about any of this. And so this we're just going to block off. This is pretty much already spoken for. This is my music area. I might have like a maintenance hatch or a way to get in there, but other than that, this is closed off officially. Oh no, where did the extra piece go? I heard it click. Oh, drat. That one base piece will come back to haunt me. No, I think for now, since this is the only thing we're sure of at our current time, let's go ahead and we'll just put as a placeholder, we'll just put a short-range teleporter here, just to be sure. That we have... Boop. Just to make sure that we have entrance to and from this location. There we go. It's just so we can close it up. Because I'm tired of leaving this all open. And I think it's time that we close this up. Is that going to be red? No, we're going to make it red, though. Bing. Alright, and we have this neat little doorway. I made this doorway. It's, but, you know, ultimately, the Crimson Lyre does not have a door inside. No, it's going to all be teleporter only. Okay, so... what are my thoughts for the interior of this thing? Well, aside from I don't know yet, there are a few things I have been thinking about. One of which was, wouldn't it be nice if there was a way to harness some daylight during the day? And I thought, you know, I don't really want windows, though. I want this to sort of be this closed up thing in here. And then it occurred to me, right, we have these mechanical doors. So let's do a little bit of just seeing how it looks. I like this. You see, there is a lot you can do here. There's a lot you can do here. So much space for activities. What if you... Alright, let's get a build camera going. And we'll just look at this wall here. So we'll delete those, and then let's replace them with... Nope, wrong color. Let's replace them with these, shall we? Do we want them to open out? That feels wrong. No. Instead, I think they'll open inward. See, if there was a way... Alright, so we're going to experiment a little bit with this. And yes, I know we're adding more parts. But we cannot sacrifice anything to the glory of this monument. Toggling the flow of power. Power and signal wires to control a device. So which one is power and which one is signal? Does it say? Do we know? What's going on? Let's give it a shot here. If we go like this... Okay, no. That's not what we want. What we need is more of a switch. Toggle the flow of power when signaled by an upcoming switch. Or we just have a straight wall switch. Oh, I was like, why can I not build there? That breaks my heart. Breaks the heart and the head. Alright, so it's like this, and then you go... Uh-huh. It adds a bit of blue. Blue and red, I can work with blue and red. So if we hit the button... See, but what if... Huh. Alright, so we're messing with things we've never messed with before, but again, this is... Oh, wait a second. I just saw the winner. Proximity devices? How much range does this thing give us here? Oh, wow. So what we need then is, because it's got the power backwards, right? Because power applied shuts the door, power off opens the door. So we need an inverter. Oh, look out. No. Why is it not... Wait, what? It's not inverting anything. Okay, hold on. Perhaps we have this backwards. Let's try again. See, we're learning all about power inverters here. So let's go, if we go from this to this. There's nothing about that that's a power inverter. How does that work? Let's go. Okay, hold on. What if I go from here to there? Yeah, see, that's not how I want that to work. I want it to be like you walk up and then everything opens. Wouldn't that be impressive if like all this stuff opened? That's a lot of wires. Oh, that's... Okay, hold on. I'm thinking because that's way too many wires to be able to do any large scale. Whoa! That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be way fun. Oh, ships doing flybys here? Thank you. Okay. Power inverter. Switch will toggle the flow of power when used. Switches require both power and signal wires. If I had to guess, right, the power wire is in on the side. Okay, hold on. Here. Right. So the power wire is powering it, and then... No. It's sort of going? Okay, no. I see. It is indeed going to the wrong area because we want it to go from here to here. No. Oh. So a minute ago, it was toggling properly, and now it won't toggle at all. Like, no matter what I do, the thing won't toggle. Interesting. Okay, so it's going to be here to turn it on, and then this to connect to that. Right? So you walk up, everything's open, and when you're not here, everything... Wait, what? Did it not... All right, no, we're gonna figure this out. So when it's off, we want the flow of power to be on, right? And so this would go here like that. No, it should be reversed. It can't report base. Gosh, I hope not. I hope we can't report this base. Okay, so they're open when I'm here, and then when I step away... Oh, they don't close. Okay, well, I'm about done with this. We will... So we have the basic premise. We'll do a little bit of research on that one. The real question is there going to be an instance where this is what I want, right? We could have... If we did it like a floor up top... Yeah. Yeah, if we did it like a floor up top, it wouldn't be nearly as intensive on the pieces. Because really, we spent the good surplus of pieces already when we made the lights. And this was a known quantity, and we just need to accept that that's what we did with our life. I'm okay with that. Thought I deleted a very important power cord, but alas, I did not. Okay, now it was mentioned, I believe, in the comments that we should try a gigantic tree in the base and have it grow up through the middle. I don't think that's going to be the case. But let's go ahead and see just how large the foliage can get. Give us an idea of what we're dealing with. Okay, so very much cannot grow up through the middle without... Ooh, but we can do it maybe growing out of the walls. Oh, the Crimson Lyre strikes again. There it goes. There it goes. Yes. Just when you thought it was safe. Foliage growing in your base. No, we're not going to do that. That's... No way. No heckin' way. What are we going to do? I feel like we're going to have to utilize this somehow. Right? Like, we're going to need to... Are we lined up with the center? Ish. We're lined up with the center. One more, and we would cover the top 4. But I don't... What I don't want... Oh, wait a second. I know what we want in the middle. Oh, the answer is obvious. This is a shrine to the Atlas. We can't have some gimmick inside. We can't, like... We can't, like, just, you know, put a bunch of trees or consoles or computers. We can do that. We can do that just about... I mean, maybe, okay, there will be some consoles and computers, but no. We have to recreate the Atlas. Like, we need a no-kidding Atlas. Okay, so what's the step for that? How do we get to that? So this is just about dead center. So this becomes pretty close, pretty darn close. Oh! Yeah, looking at dead center here. So, if we go, let's see, we're about lined up here. We can count. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We stepped over. So this, if we want center, center would be... true level. True level would be right here. Okay, now hold on a second. Is that where it starts? Is it first or is it last? Is that top or is that bottom? That's, oh, the question. It's getting a little dangerous in here. It's getting a little dangerous. That, to me, seems like the top. Let's be very, very careful, please, not to delete any wires, Thranxes. Okay, thank you. No, I see. I've got a vision now. Why are we getting some of this weird music? It's the Atlas, no. Things are getting a little weird. The anomalies are beginning to grow. He's learning. Okay. So, you know, if I have to destroy that music room, then we have to destroy that music room. There's no sense... Oh, you know what? Oh, it's probably going to be better if I just lock that music room down below in the very bottom. Well, no, because we could do like a balcony in the bottom. Okay, no. Let's focus. If this is dead center... So these boxes, they only want to stack up and down. That's a trouble, mate. So they don't want to snap. Okay, hold on. If we... It's not going to place on top, is it? Oh, this is going to be tricky. So the challenge, the gauntlet is dropped, basically. In order to try to make a three-dimensional sphere with these, we're going to have to really, really play a tricky sort of game here. Because these will stack up on top of one another, but they will not construct walls of light. But they will not... Yeah, because of the wires, because of the plugs, right? Because these plugs can't... Oh, man. We're going to have to get creative. I never should have deleted my walkway. Okay. I reject these terms, flat out. It's not something that I'm going to settle for. I refuse to give up, not when I have a vision, not when I see what needs to be done so clearly. Oh, the question becomes... How, though? How, indeed. How? Okay, so if we just take it at face value, let's back up, slow down, and let's just look at face value here. If we just want to do a two-dimensional circle, right? Then that is going to end up being like this. Okay, it's not very circle-ish, but it's getting there, so we just keep following the outline, right? A two-dimensional circle is always an option, but goodness, is that really what we're going to settle for in our life? It's a two-dimensional circle. Behold, the Atlas. No, it's mightier than this. So there is a way. There is a way that we get what we want. Because, and here's the truth of the matter. The inside can be hollow. Oh, Thrank says, you scallywag. We've done it. We've done it, boys. Look. Look. Okay, so now all we have to do is... Oh, come on, come on. Ooh, do we want to... No, no, no. Each row will have to be its own sort of... Oh. Boom. Do you see? Do you see? Do you see? Can you see it? Okay, so rough draft. This is a rough draft. Okay. Right. So then the next one would be... Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm a blasted fool. I've done this wrong. Because we can build below, so we need... I've got it, right? So we have to vertically build the top half from the center. That's exactly why we had to do it from the center, see? That's why. Okay. Destroy, 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 destroy. Destroy. Like this. This is it. This is the design. All right. Now, obviously, this isn't going to be a thing I'm going to be able to do. Oh, easy. Okay, stop. Stop trying to snap. Now, I don't... Oh, don't you do it. Don't you snap down there. Oh, don't you snap down there. Light blocks are tricksy. No, no. Alright, so this is going to take a little bit of TLC, a little bit of tender love, and uh-oh, somebody's figured it out. Boom. And then... Oh, no, 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 we build from the outside in, right? We build from the outside in, we build from the outside in, and then... It doesn't have to be perfect, right? It just has to be... I mean, come on, we're talking about... Oh. Mental note to self. Perspective is everything. I mean, come on, we're talking about the Atlas. If we're going to try and be perfect... Like, how are we going to be more perfect than the being itself, right? So look, if we go over here now, you can see... Okay, this is our methodology. This is it. This is our methodology. We build horizontally on the floor, and as we build horizontally on the floor, we establish depth, right? Because as we establish our depth here, it gets easier and easier, because once we have our depth of field established, then we can build each layer in kind off of that. I don't know why I keep canceling my camera. Oh, stop it! Stop it! No, because I'm excited, because I despaired for a moment. I didn't think this would be doable, but now look at us here. Right, and then... I mean, it's it's going to take time. It's going to take, like I said, definitely some TLC. Oh, why is there's separation? There's like boundary separation failure there. Oh, because it's not lined up perfectly. Well, that's going to be the crux of it, right? Is getting it lined up perfectly is what's going to matter, and then you come through and you make it light up in a way, and what little bit doesn't look spherical becomes spherical once you add lights. Because what you can do is you can start going up high on top. Oof, look at all the places it wants to snap to. That's going to cause some headache for sure. And look at that. Any small deviations become much bigger deals. Like, much bigger deals. Because once the... Yeah, look. Once you start to be off from the pattern, and you have blocks that separate, ooh, that's the difference between it looking good and it looking rough. Alright, and obviously this isn't a circle, or even a sphere, or even a circle. I get that. I'm very much on the same page with that. However, for what I have to work with and what we're accomplishing, I dare say it's in the ballpark. It's going to happen. The bigger it gets, the easier it gets. So again, what we have to determine... Oh, we need to start counting pieces. What we have to determine is how large we want this thing to be. Because... Here, let's just be honest. If we step in... Oh... It's going to have to be pretty darn... It's going to have to be pretty darn large. We have to get our dimensions figured out. We have our center point established, but beyond that, all bets are off. Looking at the time, though, that's where we're going to wrap things up. I think we made a lot of good progress. We showed off a lot of really cool stuff. The song... Yeah, I don't know if... I mean, maybe we'll play a little bit of it. No. Let's not jump the gun there. The song's not ready yet. I don't even know if this music room is going to stay here. We might just have to copy sequencers and move them one at a time and stuff them in a corner down below or somewhere out of the way. But until next time, take care.